Okay, well, initially that didn't go as I planned. I rode my bike, which is about a 2-mile ride. Nothing fantastic. 2-mile ride to my spot, and I got here, got all set, and I left my phone at home, which really almost totally ruins the purpose of coming here because I want to take video. So I had to do 2 miles back and then 2 miles back again. But no biggie. On the bright side, I am testing out a new scooper today. This is a scooper that digs for sand fleas on the ocean beach. And I'm gonna see if I can do anything in this kind of bottom of the riverbed. Scrape and sift, scrape and sift. Let's see what happens. Well, first thing right off the bat, I just flipped over this little lid right here, hoping it was the top of a mason jar, because I like to collect these. And bump, it is. It looks intact. Good sign, because this wasn't here the last time I was here, so we might have some sand movement from some pretty big storms we had in the last couple of weeks, rainstorms. So when this place is at low tide, the rain can come in and also create a nice little wash. Mason jar lid. Well, I just did some scraping along the full length of that little stream here. Pushed everything to the side. And now I'm going to let the water kind of clean off the bottom and see if anything came up. Well, I just grabbed by chance this bottle, and a little bit older than I thought. Might be an old U.S.A, probably from the 20s maybe. It's narrow, it's very thick glass, and it's got some nice design on it. Clean this bad boy up. Well, that looks interesting. Can you see that there? A slightly off-colored blue standing out amongst all the other chips and cracks and what the heck is that? I don't even know what I'm looking at. I'm gonna pull my glasses down a little bit. Oh, it looks like a tiny little fuse. Huh. I just thought maybe that was the tiniest bottle I've ever seen. Sure looks like one. So as a little demonstration, you can see where I scraped up some of the top scraps and stuff here that I can search through. But I'm also going to have a little effect here where the water will pull out the top part of mud and reveal whatever's underneath the scoop. All right, let me get a bug off my back real fast. There we go. That's a little old school horseshoe. It's not metal, but it's got to be on the older side. I am liking the wash today. We got another old fuse here. The rain did help me out a little bit. We'll see if anything decent came out. Then we got a porcelain insert here, which again, I mean, I got a gazillion of these, but I always pick them up. So if this thing's sitting on top, it wasn't here the last time I was here. So once again, I do like the wash. Well, unfortunately, as you can see now, the tide just went slack on me, which means it's going to change directions. So as of right now, this little clean off isn't going to work for me. So I'm just going to look to see if I can pick up anything that was underneath my scrapes. And then I think once it reverses, it should move this water again. Maybe we'll see in about 10-15 minutes. No marbles. These crafty little buggers. can't help but show themselves up when I do some scratching. No marbles. Well, I just had to grab in real deep for this next find, but I'm super, super glad I did. Now I'm thinking it's just a toy, but it sure looks like an old clay pipe with an Indian head on it. Look at this thing pop out. I think it's plastic, but I don't care. It's really cool looking. Look at you. What do you use to blow bubbles? All right, I'll take it. We got all the old school stuff coming out today. It's a white milk glass here. I always like picking up this reflector glass, maybe. I'm gonna clean that up, probably. What do we got here? A tiny chip of an old, might be something interesting. If you're not plastic and you're a fully intact lid, oh, you are. Huh. Obviously the person broke the bottom to this and just threw out the lid. Otherwise you probably wouldn't find an intact lid, but now it's a collectible, at least for me. I'll take those 2 pieces. Thank you. In the dishwasher. There's a little chip in it, but a nice design on the top. Huh, I'm talking about the lid. And dug deep back in there. What I just pulled out? Another porcelain lid. Like I said before, I like finding these because I always take them. And they're usually sitting on top, and that means we had some good erosion. Now I just did a side sweep with my little scooper here. Scooped up top level stuff. I don't know how to categorize it right now, but you can see a few things have popped out. At first glance, I didn't see anything tremendous, but we have a little uranium glass. I collect that, so I'll take it. Bits of potteries, a lot of glass. Blue top of a mason jar. Sometimes I have to pick the water up on this stuff that clears the mud out. See a little spark plug coming through. No marbles yet. More spoils here. Nothing coming through. Oh. I do recycle copper. It's a big piece of copper. Copper pipe. This all adds up. That's about it for now. I'm going to do a little bit more of that. And this might be another old school find. Well, actually, before I look at that, let me look at this. A bottle. Based on the embossing I see, I don't know if this is going to be clear or oh, and it's broken on the bottom. That would have been a blue old milk and magnesia, but it's cracked. Bam. Here's another cool piece of our glow-in-the-dark glass. Look how cool that green is in the center. It's almost glowing already. Tiny little amber, but it's a twist off, 40s, 50s. You can see where I'm making my little section here. I'm actually raking the whole place up. A lot of effort. not a lot of payoff. So I gotta start to manage my fatigue a little bit. Now I got a milk glass here. Interesting, has a kind of two sections to it. There's a deeper spot there and kind of a shallow area there. It's one I haven't seen. Funny little bottle. Pocket it. Well, I'm definitely coming home with stuff today. Other than that little, I think it was a bubble maker. I don't really see anything tremendous today. Oh, that would have been a cool class. Maybe a little more scraping. It's getting hot. Yep, and now as you can see, the tide's coming in. So I'm getting a reverse wash and it'll clean off this section I scraped. Hopefully, if I wait long enough, it'll take a layer off. But the flies are starting to bite me. Don't know how I skipped over this one. You can probably look back at my prior footage and see this thing sitting here because I scoped over this area already. Unless it just fell out. But I see a little cork top mini. Love these little guys. I don't think there's any embossing on it. Get out of there. Get out of there. Well, that just might be it for the day. Nope. One more thing. A tiny little key. Hi, buddy. That looks old. Old boot from Goodyear. Well, as I try to block the wind, first signal of the day came up very close to this wood here. And you always want to search for things that wind up pushed against the wood. It's a good signal. I'm pretty sure I know what it is. It's one of those oar locks. These things have some history to it. Some might be an older one. Well, I got another good signal next to the wood here. I finally got it out. It was nice and deep. It's pretty much right under here. See anything? Well, I kicked it right out of there. I didn't even realize it. just a penny. Okay, third target right up against the pilings. This one gets a little bit more interesting. This has a little buckle. Another penny, but not super old. We're only going back about 50 years. All right, I managed to get a second day out here this week. And I am going to be messing around with my little sifter here. I'm hoping, since I was just here 4 days ago, that some of the sifting I did may have exposed a few more inches. I mean, it does look a little different already. There's a few things popping up that I don't remember seeing last week, which is always good. It's interesting. All right. Always look for that color. Let's see. I think we got an old drinking glass right here. I don't really know how old it is. I think this is one of those that you would have bought as a food storage container that might have had fruit in it, and then it had a multi-use. You use it then as a cup. Might take it home just to see what it looks like cleaned up. I have a couple of these already, I believe. Maybe 30s or 40s. Well, sometimes after all that work, scraping all of this and looking at the spoils there, sometimes you only come out with one little tiny thing. Look at that little bead. It's kind of two different colors. It's got a little hole for the thread to go through. It's kind of cone shaped. I'll give you a close-up picture of that. It's pretty interesting. It says Daisy on it. I wonder if this is kind of the back of a BB gun, an old BB gun. Little rubber backing of it, maybe? Well, I guess in this place sometimes it doesn't beat just doing some old-fashioned digging and hoping you're in a spot where some bottles wound up collecting. And when you see some starting to come up, you do want to stay there because there could be a collection area. It's like a little mason jar that doesn't have any embossing on it, but look what I pulled up here. I'm hoping there's some embossing on this. It's definitely a milk. I feel something. Yep. Oh, it's an older milk. It's the circle slug. I think we have a little chip in the bottom, unfortunately. But that's Monmouth Dairy, Red Bank, New Jersey. Yep. All right, that's a keeper. Cool M in a circle. All right, so maybe I do have. Look at these rocks that purposely resemble marbles. That's a keeper. Wish it didn't have that little chip on it though. 20s probably. All right, it's not going too badly. I got a milk of magnesia coming out. Very cool embossing on it. This is again 30s, 40s maybe. And this tiny little bottle. I like collecting little bottles. So I'm gonna do a little more digging.